Slurp-de-derp, my little teacups. Today we're going to make a bass which is going to be as good as Adam Sandler's face. How cool is that, right? Today we're going to do a bass based around how to make a bass like Adam Sandler, how can I get on UKF, how can I get more famous bass, kind of bass line. Okay? So, send them home. Time to go home there, ball. Are you too good for your home? Answer me! Sorry, I've got a bit mental. Yeah, so today we're doing a bass line. Don't brag about your plans for tomorrow. Wait and see what happens. Don't praise yourself. Let others do it. A rebel's frustration are heavier than sand and rocks. Jealousy is more dangerous and cruel than anger. Yes. So, the bass that we're making today sounds like this. And I've just made it for a student, Mr. Will Sruk. Hello, sir. This is not the exact finished result because I didn't quite get the result yet. This is my first attempt at making a reese that sounds like Adam Sandler. So anyway, what we've done then is we've made a sound. It's quite a cool preset. I'm going to drop it in my Discord, I think, for free. Any of you guys on there want to use it? And if you're not in the Discord, then it's your loss, isn't it, really? Just kidding. If you want to join, that'll be cool. So we've got 3 oscillators to start off with. We've got a triangle, we've got a saw wave, and a sine wave. So it's a kind of best of 3. And then we are basically going to do like a nice big pitch drop on all of them. So we're going to go up to about plus 18 semitones. It's going to be sort of rough, it doesn't have to be perfect. And we're going to put that onto our saw down LFO here. And for this first one then, I'm going to also add a bit of unison, 3%. And then we're going to go ahead and add in our next oscillator 2, which is, as you can see, is a saw wave. And it's got a slight bit of detuning here as well. So yeah, getting a bit of space between the sounds as well in terms of their pitch. And yeah, this one we're going to put a smear mode on as well, which just makes it a little bit more gritty. And that's going to also get FM'd into the first one here. So we're going to FM from oscillator 2. So start to get some nice tones of how they blend together there. And then a third oscillator, sine wave. This is also going to FM from oscillator 2. And yeah, let's put that back on. And so they sort of feel quite cohesive now. And they've got quite a bit of stereo flavour as well. But we're going to we're going to filter them a bit first before we distort them. Next then, a tiny bit of river sound effect. Just for a little bit of noisy signal. Filter 1, we've got a little sort of low pass, which is going to be put onto our LFO as well for a bit of movement here. But it's only going to affect, I'm going to run it through oscillator 1, our sort of triangle here. And this was sort of trial and error, trying different filters on different oscillators. And that's one of my favourite things to do to get drastically different tones in the sound, Try 2 different filters and running some of the oscillators through each ones separately, So this one is oscillator 2, our saw wave with the smear mode on. And this one's going through a phaser filter here. With a bit of movement on as well, so it's sort of starting high and going low. All of the movement just going on the one LFO. So this one's sort of coming up, and this one's going down. So already got a nice, powerful, analogy kind of pitch, movement, tone, kind of blending together of everything. So it's quite, mid-rangey. It's got quite a lot of the harmonics in there, but it's quite clean still. And this is going to lend itself nicely to the distortion then. So we're going to turn on the hard clipping, about 15 dB. Okay, so that's where we get we start to get, you know, that real sound that I was after, the real Adam Sandler effect, you know. And next we've got a bit of chorus after that, and this is we can start up high and blend it. You know, tweak our settings. I've already sort of done it here. These are the sort of main ones I tend to tweak, and then bring it back down again. So yeah, really like that. Really widens the sound, adds loads more flavour. And then the compressor, just mixed it in a little bit, and I've just tweaked the attack and release to find a little bit of a nice shape for it. I've used it in a bit of a way to sort of just control the volume on the higher pitched part where it's a bit loud. Then I've done a bit of extra filtering again, and this one was sort of mixing the filter to come on as the LFO goes down towards the bottom. The filter will come back down, and it will also sort of turn itself on because it starts, you know, on 0 almost, you know. So a bit more expressive as the long note is held down. Then we have a tiny touch of delay, which isn't really doing much at all. We have a little bit of reverb, a few percentiles, and then a flanger, just a couple of percent, just so that we can say that we've used the flanger, because flange is a funny word, isn't it? Yeah, but those last three are sort of just for show. The first four are the main ones doing something. And yes, so that's basically the Adam Sandler bass in a nutshell. So what I've done with the pitch is, as everything is sort of pitching down on this LFO here, I thought let's modulate the phase of that and see what happens. So I ran a secondary LFO with a bit of a random shape. I tracked it to the slider here of LFO1, and then I've put a macro on the smooth to turn it all the way up, which makes the LFO2 inactive. And if we bring it back down again, it'll activate the LFO2, and it's going to start doing its little movement here. So it's just kind of a variation on the pitch drop, essentially. It's now it's sort of moving up and down around this part rather than following the LFO, you know. So I guess you can, you know, decide which kind of variation you like best. But yeah, that's like, I literally designed this in just a few minutes, but that's a sort of cool neurofunky jump uppy kind of reese. You could go on to change the tone of it by fiddling with the pitch amounts, by fiddling with your filter shapes and positions, and perhaps fiddling with the other one here, and also perhaps tweaking the distortion mode or the chorus. Obviously, you could switch between the wavetables as well, but this overall balance that I came to here sounded like a nice juicy reese that I would definitely use in one of my own tracks, and that's why I thought I might as well pop it onto Discord as well today, in case any of you guys on there want to download it and use it. Feel free. And yeah, so that's the Adam Sandler bass pretty much. Yeah, nice simple classic kind of pitchy jump uppy reesey thing, and yeah, nothing too complex to make, I don't believe, with Vital, with a nice just a nice balance of all of your parameters. So hopefully that's a little bit of inspiration for you guys today. And yeah, peace out, much love, keep doing you.